What is a quote that you live by? The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Stephen McCraney. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried, I say, as the CPU tosses my ass for the 79th time in chess. What you would doesn't determine who you are. I really like this one. There are approximately 1,010,300 words in the English language, but I could never string enough words together to properly explain how much I want to hit you with a chair. Alexander Hamilton to Thomas Jefferson. Approximately 1,010,300. If you're approximating a value that is just over a million, could you really not get away with dropping the 300 and just saying a million? It's only 1.02% of the value. Not to mention that the number is completely pulled out of his ass anyway. Saying 1 million sounds like he's just throwing a big number out there. Saying 1010 300 shows he actually put some serious thought into it and still wasn't able to explain how much of an soul the guy is. When someone acts like they don't care about you, believe them. It's not that I care about you or anything. Be Macaroni-chan. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. The circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. Mutuo. We do have a lot in common. The same earth, the same air, the same sky. Maybe if we started looking at what's the same instead of what's different. Well, who knows? Meow, great film. Never base your life on a quote. Me. 2020. It a quote from 2020. I don't think anyone would follow it. True freedom is impossible, but respect and love for one another, no matter what, will get us close. My great grandfather. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Mark Twain. Removed. You got me there. The only time you should look in your neighbor's bowl is to check they have enough. People, stop comparing your lives to others. It won't bring you peace. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Master Uruguay. Kung Fu Panda. Hanlon's razor. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. Apostrophe. Face the sun and you will never see the shadow. Helen Keller. OMG, I looked at the sun for too long. And I'm blind, I'm duck, I'm blind, oh god, why, how am I still able to write? I can't see shit. My eyes are reburnt, oh why did I have to look at the sun? Never mind. I just blinked. True happiness is helping others. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. John F. Kennedy. Maxim 70. Failure is not an option. It is mandatory. The option is whether or not to let failure be the last thing you do. Sklock Mercenary link. sklockmercenary.com/20160918. You do you. I cried because I had no shoes until I saw someone without feet. Don't let your mind cage you. It's not a quote. I just live by this. I was a guy who always used to fall into the traps of my mind, worrying about thousands of things like people's opinion /fear /pessimism /unworthiness. In the end, I came to know it's not people who bothers me, rather it's my mind itself. Now that I came out of the box, there's no going back. I'm quite a free person now. Thanks. You're welcome. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Yeah, that's the proper version. The key to being happy isn't to search for meaning. It's to just keep yourself busy with unimportant nonsense. And eventually, you'll be dead. Mr. Peanut Butter. From BoJack Horseman. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Also, prefero mori di pike vivi por adillas, which roughly translates to I'd rather die from pie than to live on my knees. Emiliano Zapata P.S. I'm joking about the Emiliano quote. I just think dying by pie is a glorious and honorable way to go out. What kind of pie? My top 3 that I'd prefer to die by: 1. Pecan. 2. Lemon meringue. 3. Hair. I'm the one thing in life I can control. Hamilton's Wait for It. Hamilton has so many great quotes. Happy Cake Day. Life is short. Smile while you still have teeth. Here's 2. The written word is a lie. John Lydon. Johnny Rotten. If you don't have time to do it right, when will you have time to do it over? Coach John Wooden. You're under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago. Alan Watts. It has helped me grow and try new things and to admit when I've made mistakes, or that I should change my opinion when presented with new evidence. This one is super cliche, but it's true. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not who other people are today. This is the only way to live. A personal mantra of mine. Chase fulfillment, not validation. It just works in every aspect of life. Don't argue with an idiot. They will bring you down to their level and beat you with experience. / Mark Twain. It is the struggle itself that is most important. We must strive to be more than we are. It does not matter that we will never reach our ultimate goal. The effort yields its own rewards. Data. Star Trek TNG. First class and coach both arrive at the same time. Steve Jobs. Except he probably hadn't flown coach for a long time. It's never wrong to have feelings. Early up and early to bed makes a man good at his job but socially dead. Lol. The person who knows the least can learn the most. My high school math teacher. It is always better to come in the sink than to sink in the cum. Hakuna Matata. You have no worries for the rest of your days. It's Hakuna SRY, but it hurts me as a Swahili learner. Haha. Sorry, I did not remember, but thanks for correcting me. Eat ass. Smoke grass. Jack fast. President Phil Gandhi Ross. Eat ass. Suck a dick. And sell drugs. Starts off in a pretty rough place, but by the end, you have your own small business. Oh well. Apostrophe. You're probably going to live, just get over it. Also, are you gonna read that? Duckin' way she goes. Ray from the trailer park. Bubbles 2. Murphy's Law. What's that? We are going to win this war, not by fighting what we hate, but saving what we love. Yoko Ono. 2018. Don't die as mine. Can I say I'm mostly ruled, not by one but by two, which are, people are what they are, or what they want to be, not what we want them to. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Never judge someone through the eyes of someone else. Blessed is he who expects nothing, for he shall never be disappointed. Alexander Pope. Go put on your big girl panties, cupcake. Life isn't fair, my mom. It's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with what happens to you. If it takes 2 minutes, do it now. Dad. Lol, every dad tbh. Boomers smh. Good point. Edited. When you make plans, God laughs. This too shall pass. You get love for it, you get hate for it, you get nothing if you wait for it. Alexander Hamilton, from Hamilton. Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving you will come to a better place. Ira, sharing tea with a fascinating stranger is one of life's true delights. Ira, history has its eyes on you. George Washington, from Hamilton. I've been scrolling through this entire thread looking for Uncle Ira quotes. Was just about to quit when I saw this. Until the day when God shall deign to reveal the future to man. All human wisdom is summed up in these 2 words. Wait and hope. The Count of Monte Cristo. Always think of this when there is something that I'm worried about that is ultimately out of my control. The only things I can leave my kids is memories, so I make sure they are good ones. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Benjamin Franklin. I was toiling to decide between Socrates' quotes when I realized what really mattered to me. Then an image came into my mind of when I learned about Armistice Day. I must have only been 5 years old. When you go home, tell them of us and say for your tomorrow, we gave our today. One of my most treasured memories was when I went to the National Memorial Arboretum at 10 years old. Nothing made me angrier than seeing a group of disrespectful older kids acting like idiots. Nothing hits me in the feels quite like our World War I poems or Winston Churchill's speeches. R.I.P. to the soldier shot at dawn. You weren't a coward. You fought the hardest battle you could within yourself. The truth told with bad intent beats all the lies you can invent. I think it's by Blake. When you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. God Entity. Futurama. If something is too good to be true, it probably is. In a world that's decided it's going to lose its mind, be more kind, my friends. Try to be more kind. Today you, tomorrow me. Found on a kindness from strangers thread a couple years ago and stuck with me. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted. All the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. Life would be boring if everybody was the same. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Apostrophe. Don't kill yourself. Just go on. This is just me. Zdaya made it through a lot of crap. You'll make it to the end. A coward dies 1,000 times. A hero dies but once. Don't die. First, do no harm. If you won't be upset about it in 10 years, don't be upset about it for more than 10 seconds. Sounds about right. No one knows what they're doing. One often finds his destiny on the path that he chooses to avoid it. Master Oogway. Growing up, my dad was the bully in my life. I made it a mission to never be like him. He'd always be yelling and in a bad mood in general. Our household was constantly filled with drugs and alcohol. I started to suppress my feelings with the stuff because as long as I was quiet he wasn't yelling. Addiction became my #1 problem. Years later, no longer was I able to suppress these emotions and I would lash out at those close to me because I just wanted to be left alone. These emotions would hang over my head, ruining the whole day. At times my responses were so delayed that the conversation would be over before I could muster a thought. It wasn't until I spent a whole weekend doing coke that I finally looked in the mirror and saw him staring back. I quit that weekend. The decisions I was making led me in the total opposite direction I wanted to go. Like Rick James once said, cocaine's one hell of a drug. TL. Doctor didn't want to end up mad all the time like my dad. Did a lot of drugs to stay happy. Wasn't happy when off drugs. Turned into dad. Quit drugs. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Frederick Douglass. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.